going into Pokemon the last couple of years, I didn't know electric was my favorite type of Pokemon until I found out, hey, why are my top 5 favorite Pokemon all electric but one? So I'm like, okay, I just fucking like them.
What's up, gamers?
Oh, shit, he
Welcome
did the
to
intro.
episode 20, count it 20, of the Easy Clap podcast. I'm your co-host, Soapy, joined with my main slice, Twizz.
See,
Don't call him that.
It's not that easy, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, I know.
He gave me 2 seconds on that countdown to do the intro for the first time. It only took 20 episodes.
Right before we started, I said, all right, do the intro.
I had water bottle in hand, too.
Yeah, usually my job, but you know what? I got to switch it up. Did I make 2000s Gamer Dude do the intro?
I don't know. Put in the comments if you like mine better, though.
Yeah, well, whatever. It probably wasn't that better. Anyways,
better.
Welcome to episode 20, Easy Clap Podcast. Guess what? We actually have esports news today, PogChamp.
Yeah, we actually do.
Finally. It's been a lot of gaming, but you know what? That's fine. It's a gaming podcast, too. We got some Valorant, we got some Call of Duty, and we got some Pokemon. But before we get into that, Soapy, what you been doing? I did a little dramatic pause.
Yeah,
you
wow.
like that? All right, cool.
Well, I feel like I have to follow that up with something cool. No, I've been playing Overwatch. It's the same stuff.
Lord,
Pokemon, but okay, yeah.
If you do that, I'm gonna fix my hat.
Yeah, Pokemon Legends of Arceus. I have completed now the main story, or Arceus. I apologize for anyone that I'm inherently pissing off. But I've completed the main story and I've gotten to the end. I don't want to spoil anything for everyone.
Spoil
I know.
Yeah, your main character dies. Giratina just murders you. Arceus comes back, try to revive you, and then you go to hell. So.
Yep. And then Cynthia comes in and Garchomp just pisses on your grave.
Cynthia does something, I heard, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cynthia actually comes through the space-time rift.
Did you say you beat the game already?
Yeah, I beat the story. Or
okay.
I wouldn't say beat. I finished the story. There's no beating. We're not competing with
anyone. Then, when it comes to post-game, are you going to... What are you doing post-game then?
Post-game, there's things to do post-game that are like... Could be considered like story 2.0, where it's like... The game is pretty much telling you do this first before you go like shiny hunt and stuff. But I need my red Gyarados. So I think I'm going to...
you're going to shiny hunt?
Okay, but I'm not going to shiny hunt where I'm saving and then like closing the game, going back into the game. I'm just going to like attempt to find it. Like that's I think if you're grinding it like that, it's almost like you paid to play for a shiny because you're at some point guaranteed to get it like that. I want to just kind of run into them because in my whole career playing Pokemon, I've only ever found one shiny. It was a Shedinja. Like when it, or whatever it was before, but I didn't know that it was a shiny. I just thought it sparkled when it came out of the thing. And then when it evolved into Shedinja, it was very obvious it was a different color. Yeah. And that was in like Sapphire.
Think what you could do is like, just do the horde method without doing the soft reset. Just
keep waiting for it to
just
be
keep
that,
doing the horde and the next
one
and the next one until eventually like you will find one that way eventually.
Yeah.
But like not the whole like this is the guaranteed way because then it kind of takes the fun out of shiny hunting.
That's the one I want. I want shiny Gyarados, but I also said right before the podcast started, I really want shiny Wurmple just because it's purple and not red and it's like a very dramatic difference. And then I don't want to evolve it and get it to level 100 and like hyper beam something because I've seen all the TikToks where like the Alpha Snorlax hyper beams the Bidoof. I want to do that, but like with my Wurmple. Yeah. I want to.
Actually, speaking of leveling up Pokemon in this game, very easy to level Pokemon up. Dude, and that's actually so nice.
My Pokemon already, after only playing this game for half the time that I played Brilliant Diamond, my Pokemon are all well over what I have in Brilliant Diamond.
That's true. Well, you also find Pokemon way higher level in this game. I don't know. I don't even know what I've been doing, honestly. I've been playing Pokemon, obviously. And then I've been playing Overwatch, and I swear to God, I've been playing another game, and it hurts my head not to remember.
Crash Bandicoot.
No, I mean, I played like one night. I played the Thai game, the Tasmanian Tiger.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I still haven't beaten that game yet, but we'll get there. Dude, I swear I've been doing something, and I'm gonna feel like an idiot for not remembering. But
it'll hit you eventually.
This week, I've been doing stuff. I promise.
I've been streaming on Twitch again.
Yeah,
that's something I've been doing.
Oh yeah, you have.
I've been more consistent. Put the baby on the stream. Speaking of streaming on Twitch, I'm actually live right now. So shout out Lux for being in the chat. Appreciate you, man.
Did Lux just walk into a podcast? Lux, what's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Yeah. Holy shit, I can't remember. Anyways, for Pokemon, I guess we can just talk about that for a little bit. Our last podcast was quite literally like a Pokemon podcast, right? The whole game review. Now that
Well,
we're
up until where I mean, as far as we could get in that time.
Yeah. Which at the time, I don't think we're very far because the game had just came out.
Yeah, no.
So like, now that we're a week later, like, one, I think you said where you're at in the game already. But like, do you have any different thoughts than you did last time, or what are your consensus of like the whole game?
So my biggest gripe last time was I didn't think there was enough battles. I will tell you, towards the very end of the game and right after post game, you battle the same amount of people that you battle like throughout the whole story. So like you get a bunch of battles thrown at you really fast, and I think that satisfied my craving for more battles in the game. So now, like if I was on the border, I know I rated it a 10 out of a 10 game. If I was on the border,
no, you didn't.
No, I did 9 out of 10.
Yeah, you did 9 out of 10.
I would like to rescind that statement and make it a 10 out of 10 because I had just not played far enough in advance to know.
Yeah. So this game for me is still incredible. It's still my favorite Pokemon game. It's still like, I've never had this much fun being able to just run around, and it's probably because it's new. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times you play new things and you're like, wow, I love this, but I genuinely think this is just like a next level like experience for a game.
Yep.
Kind of like, I don't know how much you played Mario growing up, but
Mario Party and Mario Baseball. Well, and Mario Kart, of course.
Okay, I fucking love Mario Baseball.
Mario Baseball is so
wait,
fun.
This is crazy, but since you bring it up right now, Mario Baseball is in my top, the upper half of my top 10 favorite games all time. That's so random, I know. But
dude, I mean, it's fun. When I was in college, my freshman year, we had one dude with an N64, and we would have Mario Baseball like tournaments until the wee hours of the morning in a dorm room. Just a bunch of dudes just screaming at an 8-bit fucking video game.
What was I gonna say? But like playing Mario growing up and then having the Switch and there being a game like Mario Odyssey, that game is another like next level type of like video game for a franchise. And like I think this is what this is for Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like this will become,
because Odyssey was like real different.
Dude, it was. Yeah, and it was so open world. So like this eventually will become obviously the most highest selling Pokemon game. It'll probably be one of the like biggest Switch games. So after the first week or 5 days, it is the second highest week selling of a Switch game ever.
Jesus.
It beat out like every Pokemon game. It beat out, what is the Legend of Zelda game?
Yeah.
It beat out that game. The only game it didn't beat was Animal Crossing. But
there was so much hype.
There's so much hype for that, I know.
Especially because like how many sequels of Animal Crossing do they have compared to the floated market of how many times you get a Pokemon?
Yeah. So like that makes sense that it didn't beat that. Now I do think eventually this will beat Sword and Shield, which is the highest selling Pokemon game ever. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But with where you're at in the game, do you what Pokemon are we working with this time?
Oh yeah, definitely. We talked about on the Pokemon how the last Pokemon stream how in this one you can run Pokemon that are a little quirkier, ones that you actually like because there's not really
like play with.
Yeah, there's not really like a meta. You can just kind of like headbutt your way through things. And right now I'm rocking with a Goodra, a Gyarados, Gliscor, Dusknoir, Electivire, and Vespiquen. And they're all alphas except for my Gliscor, which I am waiting to find.
You know what's crazy is we actually do have a crossover Pokemon. Going into the last podcast, we had a lot of the Pokemon you get like the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So like they weren't that different than normal Sinnoh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay.
Staravia or Staraptor and being the basic Weasel.
So because I want to play the game my way, because I'm having fun in this game.
So you're saying we have one matching Pokemon?
We do have one matching Pokemon.
Can I guess what it is? I think I know what it is.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah,
I'm not looking.
Okay.
It has to be because you said you didn't have a Gliscor already.
Yeah.
So you have a Goodra.
No, I don't have a Goodra.
You don't have a Wow.
I mean, I caught a Goodra, but I actually tried to catch the alpha Goodra that's walking around. No shot. Okay, so I've got two teams I go back and forth between, depending on like keeping levels under 60, because that's where it says like you can have these Pokemon up to level 60 without them
disobeying.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
Okay, I've got a full electric team that I walk around with. Oh
my god!
Because
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Electric is
you have a
my
Pachirisu.
Favorite. Okay, I have a Pachirisu, but so everyone listening, electric is my favorite type of Pokemon. Now,
this guy's literally Volkner right
going
here.
Going into Pokemon the last couple of years, I didn't know electric was my favorite type of Pokemon until I found out, hey, why are my top 5 favorite Pokemon all electric but one? So I'm like, okay, I just fucking like them. So yeah, I do have a Pachirisu. I've got an Electivire. I've got a Hisuian Voltorb, a Magnezone, a Jolteon, and a Rotom.
Oh, I caught a Rotom
right
for the first time.
Dude,
yeah.
Okay.
So wait, where are you in the story then? Because I thought you could only catch Rotom post story because that's just the first time I saw one.
Oh, it's a rare spawn inside where you get Miss Magius and Mischievous.
In the underground, in the ice?
Yes, in the like the dark area.
Oh,
That's where the cemetery is.
I found mine where you cleanse Volt or Electrode.
Okay, so well, it's before that, but yes, yeah, it's a rare spawn Pokemon, kind of like Togepi is.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like, I just like it because it's like, I got rid of who did I get rid of? My Raichu because Raichu's kind of lame, honestly.
Honestly,
So,
I would just keep a Pikachu and stop it from evolving.
yeah,
I don't think I would ever run a Raichu.
Actually, this is all the electric Pokemon in the whole game.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Raichu's the 7th, and then the only other one is there's Thundurus, and that's it.
Wait, do you have Luxray?
Oh, I didn't include Luxray. I forgot to tell you, I used to love Luxray, and then
so,
I saw all the like
deadbeat now.
Yeah, like he's just been played over. So,
it's like I said, it's like having a Weasel.
Was there
like,
9 electric Pokemon in this game? Okay, well, I picked my 6th favorite. I kept the Pachirisu just because I love Pachirisu, but
so Electivire was our crossover.
Now all these Pokemon,
I don't know.
All of them are alpha except for the Hisui and Voltorb, because or I mean Electrode, because I don't know that I have found one or seen one anywhere.
It maybe I know that I didn't realize this when we did our Pokemon podcast, but I know some Pokemon are guaranteed alpha spawns, and then some there's like rotating
random. Yeah. So like I caught all of them at their alpha starters and got to evolve them, which is kind of cooler. So like my like Electivire, I know there's an alpha Electivire you find. Bro, he's level 69.
And I will tell you, I've invested so many Pokeballs because I tried to catch him so early into the game.
Dude, yes.
That eventually I was in a space-time rift and I found an alpha Electabuzz and I was like, all right.
That'll work. That's what I did too. Yeah, I was like, this'll work. And then like, I found a random alpha Jolteon inside one of those space rifts.
Oh, man.
And then for like the Pachirisu, there's one set in the game.
I caught a Leafeon. Is that how you say it?
Oh, dude, yeah.
And then the fairy one. What's the fairy one?
Sylveon.
I caught both of those in a double battle inside the space-time rift.
Yeah, Sylveon's what's next for me. Except you have to raise happiness while having a fairy move, and then it's a mess.
Space-time rifts your best friends.
My second team.
Wait, what?
I told you I have 2 teams I go back and forth between.
Oh, okay.
It's a bug team.
Okay.
Now listen.
Dustox has to be on there.
Well, kind of. All these Pokemon are also alpha. Every single one of them.
Jeez.
A Cleavor, because he's in the game. You know what I mean? You gotta use Cleavor. His typing's too good. Because he's Bug Rock. Okay. A Scizor.
Okay. I feel better about the Cleaver because I was like, I would rather have a Scizor instead.
Okay. I had to have both because he's Steel. Yanmega, which is my favorite.
Yanmega deserves to be a dragon.
Now this is the strongest one on my team. An Alpha Heracross.
Dude, bro, I can't catch that one either.
Beats people's ass. Yo, this Pokemon is
he's right by the lake,
strong.
Right?
Yes.
Dude, like, yes, he claps my team
he's
sometimes.
So good because he's bug fighting, and like honestly that typing is kind of busted because the Pokemon that'll like beat your bug Pokemon usually he has like a counter for. So like the only thing I don't have counter for is like when a flying Pokemon comes because I'm 4 times weak to it, but I know Ice Beam. So like I could kill it. It's just like
that's what happens when you get an alpha. They know like random moves.
And then my other 2 is I caught in Alpha Vespiquen.
Oh, okay.
So like hers was a random spawn, one of those like you just like find randomly.
That's how mine
was. And then the last one, I'm not really sure what I want because there's not that many bug Pokemon. So for right now, I have an Alpha Beautifly.
Oh, I was gonna say Beautifly.
But I have a Dustox because
what's that one moth?
Motham?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's pretty strong, and there's a few alpha spawns.
Yeah, I see a lot of those. The only reason I kept Beautifly is because I like it more. But Dustox is the stronger one because I already have Bug Flying.
Poison, right?
Yeah. I have Bug Flying and Vespiquen, so I don't need it. But it's kind of just like
I'm telling you, run a Wurmple only.
Dude, fuck no. Yo, I caught that Wurmple. It was like level 40 or something.
Oh my god.
Because it wasn't the one that you find in the beginning. I found one like at the very end of the second region.
Wait, why don't you run like a Burmy?
The Burmies are weak as fuck.
Oh, well.
Okay, I should show you this website. It gives you a ranking for every Pokemon.
Why don't you run Cherum?
I haven't found one.
Oh, you know that's like a 1% spawn rate out of the shaking trees.
Yes. Every time I do is a fucking trash form Burmy, which is the pink one.
Yes.
Bro, that's trash form.
What do you mean?
Like that's its name.
Trash form?
Dude, I swear to God,
what's its typing?
Bug something. Watch this. Look at it.
I just assumed it was fairy because it was pink, honestly.
So the green one's Bug Grass, which is like
and the other one's Bug Rock.
Bug Ground. Yeah. And then trash form Wormadam is Bug Steel, which is a cool typing, but I have Caesar. So
yeah, and Caesar is exponentially better.
There's a website that'll give a rating based off its stats and stuff like that, and like 2 of the highest in the whole game are Cleavor and Caesar, like in terms of like its stats and stuff. So really fucking strong Pokemon on top of Heracross.
And then you got Wormadam.
You know, fucking Wormadam is a D tier Pokemon in this game. That's so trash.
You're better off just running Cascoon or Silcoon.
Anyways, yeah, I think the game's really fun. I haven't beaten it yet. I'm in the ice region, which is like towards the very end. But
have you cleansed the Pokemon there in the ice region yet?
The very last one I haven't.
Oh, you're in for a surprise, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, do you know who it is? Oh, I mean, you want to just tell me who it is? I don't really care.
Oh, I don't remember who it is, but I just remember he's like 100 times bigger than his normal form.
Oh, really?
I truly thought this is how big this Pokemon was, and I was like, there's no way. Because this is like 100 Torterras could fit on this back of this Pokemon.
Shit. So, like, I catch pretty much everything that I find now. So, like, just because I know that, like, it's the easiest way to fill your Pokedex, because when I beat the game...
Have you gotten to the point where you can mass release Pokemon out of your... Okay, yeah. Once you get to that point...
Yeah. So, I know what I want to do with this game, and the only thing that I've run into is, like, I want to do all these things, and I'm like, I got to pick one to do first, and then, like, I'll be doing it, I'm like, oh, but I could do this, and it's like, you gotta commit to one thing. So
that's what I'll be like hunting a specific Pokemon, and I'm like, oh, but there's a lost satchel kind of close, and then you get like sidetracked because then the next satchel's nearby, and you're like, wait, if I get enough, then I can finally evolve my Electabuzz into Electivire. And
dude, finding those satchels was kind of tough
but some give like extra large experience, dude, and that can like give you like 3 levels on your Pokemon, which is insane.
I saw this like, okay, so because we talk about Pokemon on the podcast, my phone picks it up and it'll be like, it'll give me Pokemon TikToks, which generally I like it, but not the fucking like, here's your tip on how to get blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we've talked about how boring
it's like the Call of Duty where it's like, use these attachments and it'll make your aim better, and it's like, no, it'll
be like, save here and kill this alpha, then soft reset and take the candy and sell it, and you'll make $1,000 a minute. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
I actually just sold my body when I was in the game to make money.
Like, how have you had a money problem in this game? I have $100,000, and that's after like buying everything I need.
I've upgraded my bag to like max. Dude, the guy's just done talking to me because it's like 20 grand now for an extra slot. And he's like, bro, really? Do you need an extra slot at this point?
Anything that I want, I craft, because I spend so much time in the outer world doing shit that like I just have the materials in my box. I just go and get it. I craft what I need, and then so I've got like 50 of every Pokeball. Any kind of healing I need, I have crafted. So
do you know how many stars you have? Like star rank?
Whatever the one is that lets you get up to 60 Pokemon. Or at level 60 Pokemon.
It's either 4 or 5.
It's not 4. 4 is 50.
Okay, so you're at 5.
It's either 5 or 6.
So I've beaten the game now, and then I've done like probably about 4 or 5 hours of activities after the game. I've only gotten a 6-star.
Really?
Dude, it gets exponentially higher. I think I've seen like 25 new Pokemon. I completed like 10 full like Dex categories, and I'm not even halfway to filling up that 6-star to the 7th. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. But I saw if you get all 10 stars, your only reward is 20 rare candies. Now, that's kind of huge if you're trying to get Pokemon to 100, but I don't know. I was thinking maybe you give me something like
a shiny Pokemon. Oh, wait. Yeah. No, you get a shiny charm, don't you? Or do you get that for completing Pokedex?
I think you get that for completing the Dex.
Okay. So, like, what I want to do is obviously complete a living Dex, right? Like, have one of every Pokemon. But I've been, like, kind of dead set on filling out specific pages of Pokemon I like. And then, because obviously I'll fill it out along the way. But then, like, I'll be like, man, I really want to fill out the entire page for like my Yan Mega, but so I got to go do all these fucking tasks and stuff.
And you have to see it use like
do this fucking ancient power times. So anyways, game's great. I think I'm still having a lot of fun. So we can move on to talk about some Call of Duty. We'll do Valorant at the end. There's not much for Valorant.
So for all you Call of Duty nuts, then we always kind of shit on. Here you go. Call of Duty seasons.
I have a lot of fun watching Call of Duty.
Yeah, we like Call of Duty. We just don't like Warzone. So
yeah, we talked about it before this podcast, and like I remember how much fun I've had. So Call of Duty was like the game that got me into esports, I think. Pretty much.
I think that's like a ton of people. Yeah. It's either that or like League.
I think for most people though, they don't branch out after watching their first one, or it takes a long time. It's kind of like anime. Like you watch what you like and then that's it.
You watch your shonen and you're stuck.
So like I don't know. We talked about the good old times of like Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4, and then I feel like recently it's kind of declined a little bit. Yep. But this game has a really good like competitive like structure to it, to the point where like the game's okay.
Yeah, The structure seems very similar to the Overwatch esports structure, because this is my first time this week watching Call of Duty recently, and it was very similar. Now, I did have like gripes about like the people that they had running it.
Oh yeah,
but like,
but the
actual,
so like
it was like the same thing. Like, here's your wait time in between rounds. Rounds were super fast paced and kind of thing. So it was, I mean, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, and I think what like helps this game that like last year's game didn't have is that Cold War was kind of a dick game. Like, I defended it a little bit, but it wasn't that great.
No.
And so it made the competitive side of it not fun to watch. And then the game,
well, it's like if you already don't like the game, you're not gonna want to watch people
play it, right?
the game either.
So like Modern Warfare 2019, okay game. I think it's my least favorite Call of Duty of all time, but
BO4.
The only reason that I enjoyed kind of watching it was because I competed a few times. So I was like, I
so
want to
you
see
understood
what they do.
firsthand.
Yeah, this game actually has like a good game behind it. So like, well, a good enough game. You know what I mean?
We had a Vanguard review. You can go back and review our scores on it.
Yeah, so it's, you know, it's whatever. I think the one surprising thing, okay, we can like label this section CDL week 1. We got to see every team play, and
surprising results,
dude. A lot of the good teams that, well,
a good thing we didn't predict this, because we would have been.
I would have been dead wrong.
I don't really have much of an opinion on Call of Duty teams. I don't follow it that closely, but based off of what I saw and the teams I know,
okay, so like if you would have watched, so like because you don't know that much, if you hadn't like pretend that like,
I would have just judged it by, do I know your team name and where you're from?
Okay.
Then if you're playing a team that I don't know, then I'm gonna go for you. So if I saw FaZe playing Mutineers, because I learned Mutineers today, I'd be like, oh, FaZe is gonna win.
Yeah.
Just because.
So, but like, let's pretend that you took like the like whatever the like the meaning behind each team's name, and you watched this tournament, you'd probably be like, wow, this Optic Texas team kind of sucks.
Yes.
Like,
if you knew nothing about it and this was your like, hey, I'm gonna finally watch a Call of Duty esport,
you'd be like,
and you'd be shitting on like the godfather of Call of Duty teams.
You'd be like, the New York subliners, like, they're not very good, dude.
That'd be being like, man, this Elon Musk guy, he seems kind of broke.
Oh,
like if you just like met him in person.
Okay, we've got totally different opinions on Elon Musk. Anyways, so we saw Optic Texas lose to Minnesota Rocker. That was one of the first games. Oh, was that the first?
No,
game?
That was the second. Or yeah, no, that was the second game, because that was day 3.
Oh man, I am way off on my. What is this called?
They lost to London.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find I'm going to the very first game. The very first game was Mutineers versus London Royal Ravens, where they kind of smoked them 3-0. That's when we realized that
London
is a good
smoked
team.
Smoked them 3-0.
Yeah, that London is a good team. Going into this, we kind of thought, well, if you paid any attention, they picked up 3 players from like contenders or challengers. They were just kind of like, you don't know a lot about, because European like challengers doesn't get talked about a lot, and so they have Zero on their team, and everyone knows Zero's good, but Gizmo might be one of the best players in the league. We saw the debut of the Boston Breach. They beat the LA Gorillas. Now, if I told you who's on this LA Gorillas team, you'd probably be like, wow, that team's really good.
Well, I've heard just from the commentators from watching the Optic games today that the Gorillas are supposed to be a formidable team.
Dude, they got Slasher. They've got Gunless.
Okay.
They've got Hook.
Gunless is enough to where I was
and
like,
they've got Hook. And I'm like, this team has superstars on their team. And they're like, I feel like they're suffering from the like superstar mentality ego, where it's like,
I'm just gonna come out and be better than you kind of thing.
Yeah, or yeah, it's like
techniqued.
They're being outplayed by people worse than them skill wise, but because they each want to be the best on their team, they're gonna run into that like, one of us needs to take a step back and be the one that like plants bomb and does this objective without having to worry about like their stats.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna be able to go out and just shred.
Dude, yes, and like this team, like Gunless is a very big stats guy. Slasher has really good stats. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think any of them want to like sacrifice that.
Yeah.
Okay. So it kind of messed with their like, you could see like breakdowns in their search and destroy where it was like, they would like 2-hit things, and I don't think they knew the other person was there, or they would like completely forget to check a certain like sight line, or like, you know what I mean? Things would be missed so easy because they're like, I gotta focus on, I can get this 1v2 kill. Like, you know what I mean? It's
like, exactly. I want to show up on the highlight reel.
Yeah.
And then they get clipped.
Okay, the next game, this one fucking hurt because my favorite team's the New York Subliners. They lost 3-0 to Seattle Surge. Actually the best team in the league, I think, right now.
And kind of proved it.
Dude, wow. That was
Krim.
Not close.
Sorry, Clay.
There's not much to even talk about on that game because Seattle's got a really good like up-and-comer player Pred from Australia, and like the middle pack team, you would think. and they came out and really proved that they're like, okay, I think he is probably the best submachine gun player in the league right now. Obviously, people need to warm up and get better, but he came out and just absolutely performed, which for a rookie to do
against some like absolute vets,
that's crazy. I don't know where
I love Clay to death, but they got smoked.
They got smoked. Okay, Atlanta FaZe versus Paris Legion. Now, I can't remember. I know I sent you some highlights of certain games. Now, this one, Paris Legion was last place last year. They completely changed their roster, but they still completely changed their roster to a team that, compared to other teams on paper, wouldn't be that good. And FaZe obviously is the best team in the world. They won champs last year. They got second in champs the year before. So I don't think you expect the kind of outcome where it comes down to like round 11, game 5, where it's like they're struggling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think
you're like, holy crap, they could actually blow this.
And I think last year people were worried about FaZe because they were like, well, they just got second at champs. Like, they know they're a good team. They might run into that like winning mentality of like, I don't need to practice as hard.
Yep.
But they never did. But this time, I actually think
they ran into that
because but when they played each other, I think we talked about it when Ansley was here. There was like this thing going on in Dallas where they had like a kickoff tournament that didn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, FaZe lost. They lost to the Paris Legion, and afterwards they all tweeted like, well, this event didn't mean anything and blah blah blah.
Yeah, trying
like,
to save face.
Yo, they need to like work on shit, because standing wise, Paris lost both their games, but you
still took them to
the best team in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I think the two best games, this was one of them, Optic Texas versus London Royal Ravens.
If you didn't see that game, go back and watch that game.
That might have been, so like, I think we talked about, I think the two best games were probably that one, and then what was the other good game? It was
Optic and
Rocker.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Which,
if you're an Optic fanboy, you might as well just close
I
this
know this
podcast
sounds
right
bad
now,
because we're like,
you get the brooms out.
It sounds bad because I'm like, oh, this is really good because Optic lost, or like, I don't even want to talk about them that much, but it's like, it really was just that good of a game. Yeah. The third best game probably was Toronto Ultra versus Seattle Surge, which also went like the very distance. Toronto was the second best team last year. They got second at champs. They're a full European team. So like,
you don't see that often.
No. And like the London Royal Ravens, that's what's cool about them too, is like two of the top best teams right now are European, and in Call of Duty, that's never the case.
Yeah, no. Like there was always Splice, but they were never like, oh my God, Splice.
Yeah. So like this Optic Texas London Royal Ravens team, I feel like, I know you pointed out something you told me. If you took, I like to think of it like this. Like if you take away the fame side of these players, like the social media following of these players, like there were two players that definitely shit the bed on Optic.
Yes.
And one of them is probably like
Illy.
Okay, that's not what I'm thinking of, but yes.
Oh.
The other one is like one of the most popular players in the league. In Dashi?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Dashi, I mean,
bad.
There's a search and destroy map where Illy and Dashi, we talked about it on the way here. They were both 0-4. How do you go 0-4, both of you, when it's only 4v4? Half of your team is essentially throwing for 4 rounds.
Yeah, that was like, it was close in, well, it was close in everything, honestly.
Yeah.
But it definitely felt like,
I mean, they were just getting kind of outplayed.
Like Optic came out hot, and it was one of those like, London Royal Ravens are still a new team. They're still new to the league, and they're having to go up against
but Afro,
such a name, dude. Afro's
aggro, especially in Grandma's house, and just taking control of there, dominated them.
Yeah,
in there.
And like, I think there were times where you saw, God, what is that saying? It's like, oh God, Lord,
it was almost like David versus Goliath. Like,
well, yeah, but there's like a saying about like people that like, I don't know, is it like, this isn't it, but it's very similar to like talent beats hard work when hard work. Wait, what is the fucking saying? You know what I'm trying to say? We're like, oh, when talent doesn't work hard or something like that.
Talent,
okay, so
hard work beats talent. Talent fails to work hard.
Okay, this Optic Dallas team has so much talent on it, and they got completely outplayed by people who may not be individually better, but as a team they had each other's backs. Like,
they really did.
Every single round they won 3v4 rounds multiple times, just because they had the like perfect comms, setups. Like they knew it's almost like they studied this Optic team, which I mean, it wouldn't be hard to do. Their VODs are out there, but like I don't know. I think in the round 11 at the very end, it was 3v4.
Yeah, and then then like
I think Shotzi got the first pick.
Yeah, and then two Optic guys three Optic guys just dropped in an instant.
Yeah.
And then it was just scum.
Yeah, I feel like that happened a lot, especially with Illy. It almost felt like Illy felt out of place because the other
Illy kind of is out of place, to be honest.
Like a lot of times, if you followed his POV and like Search and Destroy, it was like he'd lose his 1v1s or like he would just be caught so like
out of place.
He did shot in his back, which I know this game has a high time to kill, but like if you're getting shot in your back that often, you're doing something wrong. Like in Overwatch, if you're dying so many times on Ana to like their monkey, like at that point, maybe you're just out of place. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I felt like it was watching Illy play, which he's a good player. I don't know.
It's almost like he was sitting like he'd sit like pillar and then like just be like not coherent to like the whole left side, and some guy would just walk up the stairs behind him and it's just like
the failure to check things too. Like I think we said that with LA Gorillas too.
It's almost like he needed to go and play a couple games of Valorant before he before he played these games.
Yeah. Now, like I don't think this team suffers like the other teams do, where they like think they're the best. I think they know they can be good.
Well, I definitely think they got humbled. If they had any idea of thinking they were the best, they got humbled. Hard.
And like this is a trio that has played together forever, so I know they know they're capable of good things, because before the league it was like Shotzi, Illy, and Dashi were like a trio that always played SD tournaments together. Scump. You're behind the organization like Optic and Indie. Like you've got everything in place for you to succeed. It's crazy that you're not. And then the last game,
which we never really said it, but that game against the London, that was a reverse sweep. Optic was actually up 2-0. That's why we said we're going to bring out the brooms. And reverse sweeps, I mean, in Overwatch League, reverse sweeps happen every now and then. Dude, when I think in Call of Duty, when you're just dominating, you usually dominate, and they just were in shambles.
It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard to reverse sweep in Call of Duty because there's like
so many different things can go on to where like one guy can truly just carry a whole game.
Yeah, but like it's hard to stop momentum in COD because if you're hot that day, you're just hot. Like, you know what I mean? In Overwatch or Valorant, you can switch your comp up. Like you could just play a whole new fucking comp.
This guy's popping off on Kree, and it's just like, okay, let's just counter him then.
Yeah. You can't do that in Call of Duty. It's just like, oh, dude, we're just fucked then, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you can do it on map pick, but you choose your maps before the match starts.
So you're truly just like, damn, I have to sit with this.
In like Smash, if you think your problem is like your map, well, you change your map every single like after each round. So like you have that
you
also
go from like Pokemon Stadium to like the small stage.
I think the only other thing is, let's see.
I mean, the Rocker game was.
Oh yeah, that one was. Now see, that one was closer. I think London is better than the Rocker are. So I think this actually was a closer game.
But
than
the
that.
second hardpoint map.
Yeah, they went back and forth.
Oh man,
I will say, do you know what's a joke? Hardpoint on Bocage is a fucking joke. That map, I have never seen a map that small have that many engagements and end without someone hitting 250. Like that map is the size of like Nuketown almost.
Yeah.
And I watched a game where everyone had like 70 engagements or 60 engagements and it went down to time.
Yeah.
Bro, that small of a
map?
I mean,
I've said, I think from the Vanguard review, that Bokeh just a trash map.
I like it in pubs, but I don't know.
Maybe not for hardpoint.
Okay, I will say search on Bocage is cool. I know a lot of people don't like the breakable things, but I think it's cool because it adds like
so many windows and doors are breakable in that map.
But there's also the underground tunnel you can play through. Like there's a lot of like getting across the map is very easy on that map. So I think that's kind of cool. Like
I still like how you can get on the ledges and stuff and kind of peek. Like sight lines that really shouldn't be there.
I watched
on a pixel of ledge.
When London was playing Optic, I saw Zero in like a 1v2 and like he'd hopped on like, you know, like
it's like the little sidewall where the car is.
Yeah, where you can look through
and he looked through the window, but then he could also look down main. I would call main on that map down bridge.
Yeah, I was like,
that's
kind of scummy, but yeah.
And so that's not us talking crap just about Optic. I'm saying like that, just the fact that that's exploitable, lame.
Yeah, I don't like. We can talk shit about Optic. They're still an okay team. Like, I still think they're.
Are they better than me? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Respectable.
So like. The one thing that's nice about Call of Duty also, it's only 12 teams. So it's very easy to power rank them in terms of like, you don't have to go through a million to wonder about where people are like in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Because I think strength is relative in terms of like, they're always playing the same teams.
Yeah.
So you get a very easier picture. So I think just from this week, obviously there'll be 3 more weeks in the tournament. If we're basing it just solely off this week, which is what a power ranking is, I think Seattle is first, London is second, and then it's FaZe. I think both of those proved that they kind of, I don't know, like London didn't just survive their match, they came
they had
back.
something
You know
to
what I
prove,
mean?
yeah.
Where like FaZe survived their match. Like they looked like they were gonna lose.
Yeah. Where they like took a breath of relief.
Yeah,
after
they're like, holy shit,
crap.
we almost lost that. I think London was more like when they won,
they're like, holy crap, we won that.
They're like, yeah, they like popped off. And then Seattle, they're just a dominant team right now.
Seattle did what Seattle was expected to do.
Well, yeah, right now, yeah. And if you see them, I'd like to see them play FaZe. I'd like to see them play London. Now, like after that, if you go through the standings, technically it would be Boston and then Minnesota. Boston only played 1 match and it was against New York. And like we established, New York just right now isn't very good. I don't know if I could hold that win as high as I would before the league started, because before the league started, you look at New York and you're like, that's a good team.
Yeah.
They didn't play like they're a good team, so that win doesn't mean as much, I think. It's kind of like...
It's like Houston Outlaws beating San Francisco, and you're like, Outlaws are going to be dominant if they just did that, and then they're just kind of like...
Yeah. It is exactly.
And then it was like actually reversed roles.
Yeah, so I wouldn't put Boston that high. I think it's honestly probably Minnesota. Now, Los Angeles Guerrillas went 1-1. The potential on that team is so high. This is going to be a hot take. The LA Thieves are the better LA team. They're just low on the standings because they only played 1 match. I think that
got smoked.
But
sorry, Nate.
I think that might be the like 4th or 5th best team. I think they're higher than what obviously their standing is. And then at the very bottom, you've got Optic Texas, Paris, and New York, which is crazy. But it hurts me to say, but I honestly think New York actually is like the worst team in the league right now. I think they would lose. I think they would lose to Paris, and I think they will certainly lose to Optic. Like, I just don't think they have it in them. Like, the only thing that would make them beat Optic is the fact that it's Clay and Crim against Scump. Like, you know what I mean?
And see, of those 3, my ranking goes like just in personal belief that I like. It's Clay by a mile.
Oh, yeah.
Then Crim, and then Scump. I hate Scump. If there's someone in the league I hate, it's Scump. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like...
I just don't. There's just something about Scump. Like, I know you got to respect it. It's like hating the king, right? Yeah, I hate LeBron James because he's LeBron James. But Scump's an asshole,
like, to me, though, like, I know it's his nickname and it's his branding. Scump is not the king of Call of Duty.
No.
This guy hasn't won in years.
My favorite thing, though, from the game against London was they thought the king was going to bring the crown home, but it was more like the queen.
Oh, yeah. It was
because it was London. And I was like, damn.
That was actually
dude, shit on him.
Does that not remind you of, speaking of the Houston Outlaws games, do you remember when they were like something like they kneeled at the throne or something like that? I was like, holy shit, that was so clutch. Yeah, like his problem. Okay, I've said this. My personal belief is that like he's not putting himself in a position to win with the players he needs to.
Yeah,
like
he should not have picked up Illy in that package,
dude. No, I think
unfortunately
when you're at the,
I mean, I hate talking crap about specific people, but dude, Illy, you threw, bro.
If you really want to win, you need to be taking risks, not taking like, I know this person performed before, because how often do players keep that same level? Like Shotzi is rare in the fact that
someone like Scump being in the league for, I mean, he's been in there for years.
Yeah.
How many times does someone perform for that long? You know what I mean? Across X amount of games.
Yeah. And like,
so he's like a specimen. He can't expect everyone else to be that same
exactly.
way.
Like, and like you had that in Shotzi where Shotzi's always performing. And like, and now you see Simp and Abizi on FaZe. They're always performing. But Illy isn't. And neither is Dashy. Like Dashy popped off in Black Ops 4.
Dashy was a huge name in Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I know. They literally would like, the chance for Bruce would come out when he started frying.
Bruce,
and like,
Bruce.
It was because it was such like, the AR in that game was so good. Like when you pulled out the ICR in that game.
And just shot a laser beam.
Exactly, right? In this game, I feel like you die so quickly to submachine guns that like, it's hard for him to keep up with these players.
Yeah.
And like, teams like Seattle that took risks on Pred, like teams that like, they also have Mac on their team from Seattle.
I mean, you have to be able to like make your team young again and like restructure. And I think that's what, I mean, Optic just played safe and they're seeing that right now.
Yeah, they were just like, these players are all-stars, but like, we need that. So like,
they didn't take the gamble. They were like, this is the safe option with a guaranteed outcome instead of being like, I could actually throw the league this year or I could be one of the best. And they were just like, I'm going to play safe and be the middle of the pack team.
Yeah, like New York last year, when they picked up Clayster and they're like, okay, we got to rebuild. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they absolutely took a risk by picking up Hydra from France. They took like France's best player, and they're like, yeah, well, like we hear he's really good online. He does good in these tournaments. Brings him over, and he's like one of the best rookies.
Shit stomping.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to take risks like that if you want to win. And picking up
was he rookie of the year?
No, it was Insight from Toronto, which is another team that's like, hey, these guys from like Europe are really good. Let's pick them up, and like absolutely performed.
Yep.
But there was a risk that they didn't. And I think like Scump has gotten to the point where like if you really want to win, you need to take risks. You can't just keep being like, he's my friend, or he's really popular, or he's an all-star. Like,
he's part of this trio that we can't separate. Sorry. The dog pound doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and like obviously I don't know the like contractual side of it. Maybe it was like because the two,
maybe it's like, I'm not going over there unless you bring him along.
Yeah. And like they had to
bring a buddy for you. Is he cute?
Yeah, he's cute. My guy's cute. Yeah, it was kind of like that. And like, I don't know. I think Call of Duty strives off of its like storylines, so that's why it's fun to talk about this part of it apart from just gameplay. So like, even though with all that said, it'll still be really fun to watch them play just because of their names and stuff like that. And when New York plays Optic, it'll be fun because it's
Crim versus
it's Crim and Clay versus the two players they won the champs with.
Yeah,
with Illy and Shotzi. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like that'll be really fun to watch. The only player they're missing is
Call of Duty. I think it's not something where it's like the LA Valiant, you know, they're going to lose every game this season kind of thing. Like, I think you can actually pull the rug out on some big people in Call of Duty. Yeah. Like you said, you could just have a team that's just hitting their shots.
Yeah. And like, I think last year you saw that with a couple
I think there's like not as many upsets in Call of Duty, not because they're not happening, but because like people are so used to like smaller or like not as good teams just outskilling a team for a map kind of thing.
Yeah.
And stealing maps.
You almost expect upsets in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like in Overwatch and in Valorant, you don't expect upsets because there's more that goes into the game than just your gun skill.
Yeah.
So when people pull out these like strats in Call of Duty, they'll be like, oh my gosh, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you just didn't know you could do that. Like, you know what I mean?
They just prepared better than you.
So this will be fun. So we've got like a few more weeks before the tournament starts.
Now, those were hot takes. This was only week 1. So, I mean,
dude, this is week 1.
Yeah. So you never know. Like LA Thieves could come out and just start shit stomping.
They really could. So, or like Seattle could absolutely be bad and maybe they just started out hot. I think
there's plenty of times that can happen, especially in Call of Duty. So don't take anything we say concrete.
Yeah. Whatever.
Except for Optic not being very good.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay on that one.
Now, listen, my last thought on this is that Optic hasn't been good for a long time. And I don't want anyone to ever say that Optic was, they were good when they were the Huntsmen because they won a tournament or two. Like, they did nothing at champs.
Like, I didn't even know that the Huntsmen were Optic, and I was still following Call of Duty at that time.
And that's why they changed it because of that. Yeah. Because people didn't know.
Yeah, and think about that. So that means obviously their gameplay wasn't good enough to even be like, man, I think I know these.
Yeah, they wanted to be content first, which sucks. They went for the publicity side of it.
Yeah.
So they turned to Optic Chicago, and now they're Optic Dallas. So like, anyways, this team has not been good since Black Ops 4. And even in Black Ops 4, at the end of the year, they weren't good. So, I don't know. I got so many problems with Optic and, like, people thinking that they're something they're not. Like, you could be
They're not the Optic from a couple years ago,
Yeah,
guys.
I can get why people like and fanboy for FaZe because they are so dominant,
so good,
bro. Like, they're so good.
If you're an Optic fan, I'm giving you a one-time pass to bandwagon over to a different team.
Dude.
You can only redeem it one time, though. So you can't go back to Optic if they get good.
We saw this with San Francisco Shock, where it was like,
yes,
I understand why you're a San Francisco Shock fan because they were that good.
Yeah.
But last year they were not good. Like,
and they're still like, no, they're the best team in the league. It's like, well, Piggy just shattered your whole team. So
oh my fucking God.
He just shattered the number 1 main tank Reinhardt in the world. Yeah, okay. Well.
So anyways, we'll move on to a little bit of Valorant before we, do other things. So Valorant had the I don't think you watched
qualifiers.
Yeah, okay.
I know I saw it on Twitch. I didn't click on it to be completely transparent.
That's fine.
I saw though it had like 36,000 views. That's why I almost clicked on it, but I was like, eh.
Yeah, so it had the challengers event. I'm gonna pull up the bracket right quick. I'm brain dead. I picked the wrong one. Hold on. Dude, you wanna
entertain this stream?
Do some filler, bro. Actually, was this the second qualifier? I might be absolutely off.
By the way, we both downloaded Valorant. Well, he's had it downloaded. I had to re-download it. I promise you, this next week we will get some Valorant pubs in, so we can actually speak to what we're watching. and no.
Okay, I watch enough Valorant though that I can talk about it. I just personally don't like playing the game.
Will learn what these call-outs are. I promise you I will.
Okay, so it was the second qualifier. So to make it to challengers, you do there's 2 weeks of qualifiers to see who makes it. So basically, like, you have to make top 4. Okay, the first week.
Crazy Raccoon in there?
No, well, this is only America. I only pressed NA.
Dang it.
So if we do North America,
how the Sentinels do? I think that's what everyone cares about. And
they're good. Thieves. They're not great, but they're good. Did you see that LA Thieves?
Yeah.
100 Thieves?
100 Thieves. Same thing. No, LA Thieves is the COD team, right?
Yeah, LA Thieves is the COD team. So, like, there was 2 upsets, really, I would say. The biggest upset is that TSM didn't make it. Now, we talked about this before. TSM is
actually comical.
A brand name team, like a household name team, where, like, if you know esports orgs, you know TSM.
Yeah.
Just like if I were to mention, like, now listen, you don't watch some of these esports or like the games that they have teams in, and I guarantee you know the names of these teams. T1, you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
T1 esports.
Okay, and then, like, well, we talked about Ascend because they won.
Yeah.
But then, like, have you heard of, like, Renegades?
Yeah, it's like stuff like if you say Luminosity, I know exactly.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know the games that they're in, you know the team. Okay, TSM is one of those.
Where they have multiple esports teams, top tier esports teams in multiple games.
How
much did they spend on this team, by the way? Let's intro it with that.
Okay.
Because we talked about this today. If you spent the amount of money that he's about to say on any kind of business, so treat this as like you're building a business, because that's what they're doing with this team, and you invested this much money into it and your business failed to perform, what would you do at this point?
God, I wish I still remember the exact number. Okay, this past year, TSM in like a little less than 100 million for like as an organization.
I think you said while we were talking it was like 83 million.
Okay, for their whole organization though, technically. So this could gone to every kind of esport. You know what I mean?
So there was a pretty big bag to pull some like salaries out of. You come into this tournament or this qualifier and
they didn't qualify for the challengers, but they have 3 very, very, very well-known players in Valorant. Obviously, we know Corey from FaZe. They also have Wardell and Sub Rosa. Okay.
So what do you think? Corey's just crying in a corner right now?
Yeah, he might be. When he came over from FaZe, I'm sure he was like,
I'm going to be the face of this
good team. Yeah. Because he wasn't that in FaZe because they had Baby Bay and Baby J. But, bro, Wardell has...
He's going to come back to FaZe and be the FaZe baby core.
Corey performed well. Sub Rosa was okay. They have 2 other players. They have Leviathan and Rossi. Honestly, they weren't the problem. Wardell is 100% the problem on this team, bro. And it wasn't like, you know, when like you see a team not performing and you're like, well, as a team, they're not doing well. Kind of like...
Yeah, the O-line's not blocking for the quarterback. It's not the quarterback. No.
Wardell's so bad at this game now. Okay. I don't know
He's
what
the Dak Prescott of this team.
Oh, shit, my phone. Yeah,
sorry,
like...
all Cowboys fans.
Like, I don't even know what his problem is, honestly. I just think
his aim needs to download Aim Labs.
It just felt like this team was extremely disconnected from each other. And like they tweeted afterwards about like, we knew we weren't the best team in the world, or like Rome wasn't built in a day. It's like, well, it's going to take you years because this team is not going to win like this. So like afterwards, TSM, it was either like their CEO or president or someone really high up in esports for TSM was announcing like, they were like, we're going to like look over our team. We're going to make the adjustments we needed. And we're only bringing with us the players that will absolutely like give us the potential to win. And like, we'll grind it out and stuff like that. So they're going to spend even more money and move the team to Austin together. Then, he said they're going to play in every single open tournament they can play in. That way they can get the practice they need to perform.
Now, the Easy Clap Open? They'd be the only team to sign up because they got easy and they'd somehow lose.
I will say the other team that like, this wasn't like, okay, they didn't get upset. They did the upsetting. Guard. Let me go and find their roster for you really quick. They made it through qualifier 1. Give me 2 seconds. I know we're talking about video games and it's computer stuff and my computer's kind of slow. Okay, you're going to like this team for 1 player specifically. 2 players specifically. Okay.
Pacifically.
But
Atlantically.
listen. The guard kind of came out of nowhere, and like now everyone is like, oh my gosh, who is Saya player? Why is he so good on Jet? And why is his op so good? Last year he played for T1 under the name Spider. Before that, one of the best Widowmaker players in the Overwatch League. This guy
Widow
popped the
fucks.
fuck off. It goes over to Valorant and is like, in his little interview, he was just like,
I'm telling you, Widowmaker is harder than using the op in Valorant 1,000%.
Because you have the headshots.
Yeah, and dude, you can hit him in like the pinky toe and they just dead.
Yeah, and like Widowmaker is all about positioning. I'm telling you, with the op, you can fucking hold an ankle for your whole life.
And just
like,
as long as you see a pixel before he sees your pixel, that's all that matters at the op.
The guard did this like really cool thing where they talked about like they did an interview with each player and stuff like that, and Saya players was just like, oh, I did a lot of good things in Overwatch and I had a lot of fun, but I felt like I reached my peak of like, I'm not gonna get better than this, even though he was so fucking good. So he's like, I played this game and had fun, so I competed. And he's like, now he's like, people are like, wow, he was one of the best players in that tournament. Another
to
player,
be fair, esports players do that decently often.
Like switch and pop off or what?
Like, yeah, switch games and like pop off. There's been plenty of Overwatch people.
Yeah, I mean that whole phase roster before on Valorant was Overwatch.
And then same thing we talked about it, how like Space and Super both came from
like
TF2 and then came over to become Overwatch pros.
Yeah, like there's definitely
I think there's similar mechanics.
There's definitely a pipeline for players that can switch games. Now do
I think Overwatch players can go into CS:GO?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, because that's like all gun skill.
Yeah.
Not a lot of like other things going on. They've got a player named Jonah P on their team.
Jonah P.
And that's right, baby.
It's not this guy. I'll tell you. I've seen this guy play Valorant. It is not him.
Oh no, this one's definitely not me. Anyways, I thought that was interesting to talk about. Honestly, I don't think challengers means all that much. Or I mean, the qualifiers mean that much, because
for all the challengers guys out there, you mean it. The challengers Call of Duty guys, you mean it. You will get there.
No. It's called, technical name is Valorant Champions Tour 2022 North America Stage 2 Challengers Open Qualifier 2. Okay, whatever.
Open Qualifier 1.
I know. Well, we're looking at the one.
Oh.
I don't think the Open Qualifier means that much. It really is going to be when it comes down to like the main event for it. You know what I mean? I think you'd be dumb if you thought that like the 4 teams that made it, so like V1, Exet, the Guard, and NRG, like it'd be crazy to think, or like dumb to think like this is as good as they are, because they only had to beat teams that were like, let's take a look. A team called Bait Academy. There was a team on the other one called Pack-a-Punch. There was the Girl Kissers. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The Girl Kissers, yeah.
Yeah, some of these teams,
I saw that tweet.
You didn't have to go through the best of opponents. So you really only got to beat 1 or 2 teams, and like you could have gotten a really easy
named
draw.
Teams, yeah.
Yeah. So like it'll be really good when it gets to like the actual main stage and the
where
group
you know
stage.
These teams and you're following those players.
Yes, and when we get to that point, we will do a review of it going into it, because it'll be more fun, obviously.
Yeah, and you'll know who we're talking about. These people actually have social media followings.
Yeah, when I saw the names of some of the like teams that were playing, and I was like, Girl Kissers, I'm like, okay, well, I can't relate, but also like,
okay.
I don't know what I was gonna say anymore, honestly. So going into this podcast, I was like, the easy clap of the week is 100% TSM. There's no way that it's not TSM. And then I was like, I don't know, Optic, you're really pushing to get easy clap.
Oh, I thought we had an easy clap already.
Oh no, we do. And that's why I said like, there's an actual easy clap of the week, and I want to say his name.
Oh, so it's different than my easy clap.
It might be, but
I'll get mine out of the way because mine's not that good.
Oh well, no. Well, I think we have the same one.
Oh, you saved it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Okay, the other night, was this last night or 2 nights ago?
This
we were
is literally
playing
last night. Okay, so wait, to preface this, when we play Overwatch, yes, this is Overwatch, easy clap. When we play Overwatch, we always load in and we play like a couple quick play games just to like warm up before jumping straight into comp, because I mean, makes sense, right? Like you warm up. And it's usually quick play, sometimes the occasional mystery heroes, but we usually end the night with mystery heroes. Twizz decided to throw us into Capture the Flag, which first off, okay, I've played Overwatch for probably 1,000 hours, I think. Across,
probably more than that.
Across all my account. Oh, yeah, definitely more than that. If I consider Soapy was almost at 1,000 before it got banned. So yeah, like 2,000 plus hours. I've never played a single match of Capture the Flag, and I don't think most people have.
I don't think if people know
And so
that
he
that's a
throws
fucking
us
game
into
mode.
a Capture the Flag game mode. And okay, so the Overwatch is 6v6. We joined the team. There's only 4 people on the team, including us 2. And we're playing against a 6-stack. Okay, first off, I've played Overwatch for like 4 years. I couldn't even name off, besides Twizz, 4 other people that I know personally that play Overwatch, first off, and then let alone to get them all to play Capture the Flag with me. And then when we lost, because obviously we got curb stomped because we didn't, I mean,
I didn't even know how to play the fucking game
I
mode.
didn't even know how to pick up the flag because you don't just walk into it, apparently. We checked their profiles, and I'll let Twizz explain this guy's profile who decided to talk, like put easy clap essentially into the team chat when we lost.
Yeah, when I was playing this game mode, I was like, we loaded in, I was like, wait, what the hell? Like these people are like their actual account
like
levels. Their account levels were like whatever you call that border. It's not.
It's like the diamond.
It's like
border.
Platinum border. Yeah, whatever the last border you get is where it has all the colors in it. 5 stars, 4 stars. Like these people have been playing this game for I couldn't even tell you how long. Like each account probably has like 4,000 hours on it played, and I go in and I look at like one of them, just one, because I'm like, no way
they only play
Capture the Flag. Because the first thing I did when I got into the game was like I put like a little list of A, B, and C. I was like, A, who has 6 fucking friends? Like,
yeah. And then B, who has 6 friends to play Overwatch?
And then also, who the fuck plays Capture the Flag, bro?
And then like, they made it seem like we were the weirdos.
I know,
like,
they're like, actually, it happens quite a bit. Like, no, it doesn't. like
I said, 2,000 plus hours, and I've never played a single match.
This is
I played like May's Snowball Fight. I played Move and You Die. I've played 10 Hogs in a Hole. Like, I played all these random game modes. I've never played the actual structured Capture the Flag.
Yeah, this is like, bro, it's like we stumbled upon a cult or something.
Yes,
because they all were typing in chat.
Group.
They weren't even mean about it either. They were just like,
no,
what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
no, y'all live under a rock.
Yeah, you didn't know about the popping community and fucking Capture the Flag. Yo, I'm pretty sure
if you just play one game of competitive Capture the Flag, you're top 500.
Yeah.
Like, I almost guarantee it.
Okay, it took us 8 minutes to queue a game for Capture the Flag, and we ran into a 6-stack. So imagine if there wasn't a 6-stack, how long that queue would be. So
and our team never filled up.
No, it didn't. I know.
We played with 5 people, I think.
Yeah, just one of them. Almost 700 hours just playing Capture the Flag.
And no other game mode either.
No, this is the only game mode he played.
And this person only played Mercy. So he was a Mercy. He or she was a Mercy one trick and only played Capture the Flag.
Yo, and like you'll see their wins, and it was like 4,000 wins. It's like, yeah, bro, when you load up the night, I imagine like texting my group chat of friends and be like, hey, yo, you ready for some Capture the Flag tonight?
If someone messaged me and was just like, hey, you ready for some CTF? And it wasn't like Halo or something.
Oh my god!
No,
do you remember Splitgate Capture the Flag? That was fun.
Okay, Splitgate and Halo, very similar games, and it makes sense why they're Capture the Flag. Because I mean, Halo was like always kind of like that, like oddball Capture the Flag, were like the main thing, and Slayer was kind of just like the classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or if you liked old school Call of Duty, you liked Capture the Flag.
Oh yeah.
Bro, this was not it. This was if you play Capture the Flag and Overwatch.
I mean, people always complain about one tricks. How about all you one tricks go play Capture the Flags with these guys because they need friends.
This is where the one tricks need to go.
Yeah, essentially.
Think there's like a tier list of the things that I hate in Call of Duty. Capture the Flag. Okay, I was almost really toxic and said people who play Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag is a game mode. Is on my list of things that I hate in Call of Duty or Overwatch because the game was jank. Like there's a lot of things that don't make sense. You can't
use any cooldowns.
Yeah,
and you can't shoot your gun either.
I couldn't figure out like.
I picked up the flag and then killed a Mercy, and then I ran all the way to our spawn like, oh man, I'm about to capture this thing, and I dropped the flag like an inch out of the pickup zone because I killed Mercy.
Yeah, which I'm not gatekeeping Overwatch. You can play Capture the Flag if you want, and you can enjoy it because I'm sure you're having a lot of fun.
Well, especially when you win 4,000 games.
That is so weird. Okay, I know I do a lot of weird things. I'm super into K-pop, and like I buy K-pop albums. I've got a photo card in the back of my phone of a K-pop person. That's fine.
Dude, I have a Pachamari, and I have multiple of them.
You see, and like I know that is weird, so I understand why people do this. But to me, it is so foreign to want to just like Capture the fucking Flag.
It is
in Overwatch.
If we get 6 comments, or 4 commenters that say they play Overwatch, we will play a game of capture.
Fucking queue up.
We will play a game. We will add you, and we will play a game of capture the flag on my main account. I will play it on my main account with you.
Oh my god, this episode has turned into a joke at the end when I thought about that. Anyways, that's pretty much.
What was that guy's name though? Just in case
he
stumbles.
Small time. If you run into small time and fucking
capture the flag, let him know that the guys at Easy Clap found you.
I would just leave the game because you're probably playing with his 5 other friends and you're gonna lose.
Yeah. Well, also, if you ran into him, why the heck did you capture the flag?
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
Oh, godly.
Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. This episode was actually full of esports stuff, which is nice to come back to.
Yeah.
Very soon, there'll be Overwatch League,
in the next few months,
League, Valorant, all in one day. Those episodes are gonna pop the fuck off.
They are.
But before we leave, there's a plug. Wait. Listen, you did the intro.
Oh, you have to do the plug.
I do the plug. Read this first. No, I'm just kidding. Visit manscaped.com. Use promo code PubSports because that's where we be. We be at Pub Sports Radio. For $24 off the all-in-one package on their website. Last time we talked about shaving things with Manscaped.
Yep.
And I said I shaved my armpits, which is very, I guess, weird for people. I don't think it grows back.
Oh, it definitely does.
Dude, it's been a month.
Okay, then that Manscaped really worked.
All I'm saying is that, I don't have any hair on my armpits after a month, and I'm a little bit worried because, what if there's something wrong with me? Okay. Anyways, you can find me at Jonah_Christ on Twitter. Easy Clap Podcast on TikTok. There'll be more this week because why the fuck not? I forgot about TikTok was a social media platform. Honestly, my TikTok 24/7 fan camps of K-pop people.
Okay,
so.
You can find me at Sean Thompson 10_ on Twitter. You can also find me at Soapydishwaters with an S on Twitch. That's pretty much it for me, guys.
Yeah, we're streaming this on that Twitch channel, by the way, too. So,
dude, give me an affiliate. I mean, I'm already affiliated. Give me a partner.
If you're listening to this and you're like, I want to watch this live and see if there's anything different about it.
It's not.
There's not anything different, but it might be.
And if
cool.
you're watching live, when we post this on YouTube, go watch it.
Yeah, you have to go watch it too. Yeah, that's important.
The one of you means a lot to the millions of other people that watch.
Yeah. Otherwise, who's gonna pay our bills because we making hella dollar bills off this podcast? So.
That's right.
Anyways, I think that's it, guys. So see you later.